Hello, welcome back to Fist Entertainment for my next review. Now, I know that there's like one or two in the pipeline, and there's like a couple of Scream Factory 4K catalog releases of late that I have had a hard time finding. Like for example, I know that Night of the Demons, its 4K release, is hitting the shelves, if it has not already done so. Today, which, well, to me today is Tuesday. Obviously, it's Wednesday, but yeah. But the newest 4K catalog title from Scream Factory that I have come across is again another film that I have never seen up until now. And the last film I did off a limb, which is The Haunting of Julia, that I reviewed. But this one, I already knew it had a cult following and kind of had an idea that it was like a zombie movie. I just didn't know what kind of zombie movie it was and if it was going to be fun or not. Now this film is rated PG-13. So I'm going to go ahead and do my little talk of shame. Yes, I understand this film was rated PG-13. I also understand it's a cheesy movie. But I cannot see at all why I was approved this video for children, so I'm going to click on the no button. Because, and I'm just going to talk about the movie. This is a post-apocalyptic movie about basically the end of the world scenario that turns some people into zombies and vaporizes everybody else that doesn't get turned into a zombie. And that, of course, is the sci-fi horror film Night of the Comet from 1984. Okay. Alright. So will they answer the question about why, even with it being PG-13 and being cheesy, would I not at any liberation would I let children watch this movie? Alright. The plot will definitely tell you that. A receptionist at a movie theater franchise, while she is having sex with the projectionist in the projection booth on a night that a comet event is happening and everybody is taking a part in celebrating this comet event of seeing a comet, she wakes up to discover nothing but clothes on the ground outside, inside vehicles, in piles of dust next to the clothes. Not knowing what's going on, she comes finally to the reality that somehow during the comet event, the comet did something that literally vaporized anybody and everybody in the entire world who was looking at the comet and turned them into a pile of dust. She later discovers that the reason why she was not affected is because whatever happened could not penetrate past a steel barrier. And she is happy to find out that her sister was also behind a steel barrier and did not get turned into dust and vaporized. They look for survivors and eventually end up at a mall. On the way, they discovered that some people who were somewhat protected by a metal border, but somewhat not, didn't vaporize, but instead they basically became zombies. And they want to do what zombies do. Tear people apart and eat them. And so they find this Spanish gentleman, and of course the older one falls in love with the Spanish gentleman. But what they don't know is there's these scientists on their tail that are on a clocking down and to become zombies themselves because they were not completely protected. In that, then they discover the terrifying truth. They're trying to find people that were not affected to prolong their human existence by basically harvesting the blood and life essence of the survivors. Essentially killing off what little is left of actual people so that they can prolong their inevitability of turning into the living dead. And obviously they take down these scientists and rescue, I believe, like 2 or 3 children who were going to be harvested and turned into basically comatose freaking blood banks, basically, to keep people from turning into zombies. And basically they just, at the end of the film, you have 2 teenagers and a teenage boy and a couple of little kids, and that's pretty much all you have left of humanity, and they're going along their way and looking towards whatever they're going to do in the future to repopulate the human race. So that's basically the plot of the film. So now you can see how, even with it being PG-13 and being the kind of a funny, cheesy movie, you don't want to have your children watching this. So, just saying. The quality. Well, I cannot talk about the quality of the VHS or DVD or the regular Blu-ray because I have never seen the film on physical media. I do recall seeing it on network television when I was a little kid, but I remembered very, very, very little about that experience. So, I thought this was going to be a stupid movie. I'll be honest with you. I thought this was going to be a stupid, cheesy fucking movie. Boy, was I wrong. This, although it makes fun of itself, has some pretty serious themes in it. I mean, I actually had a what the fuck moment before our main character discovered it. I had a what the fuck moment when I saw everybody vaporized into freaking ash, turned into dust. Basically, people vaporized into dust, including little children. And I was like, that's a ballsy fucking move. Who the hell does that in a fucking movie? You're literally going to vaporize everybody and turn them into fucking dust, including children and animals. They even turned animals, dogs and cats, into piles of dust. It was, oh wow, yeah. Sorry, I have a place for dogs and cats. Love them more than I do people. But yeah, pretty ballsy move. Now let's talk about the quality. The quality of the movie. The 4K is pretty damn good, I might add. For a 1984 movie, the 4K is top notch on this film, I would say. Definitely can see the HDR use of this film. The blacks are pretty good. Nighttime sequences are very clear, very sharp, have good contrast, which means that they definitely made very good use with deep blacks. Brighter brights, well, this film doesn't have a lot of bright stuff in it, but when it does have brights, you can definitely see a lot of good brights in it. So the HDR10 was definitely good. Which is very interesting because most of these catalog titles in 4K from Screen Factory are Dolby Vision heavy, but sometimes you can see a lot of good HDR10 use. Now, mind you, it's not going to be like, say, No Time to Die, the latest James Bond movie, or Aquaman, which are very HDR10 heavy. But a lot of these definitely have a really good HDR10 use. The DTS HDMA 5.1 style presentation. Unfortunately, that one is very generic. It's very, very generic. Wish it wasn't, but it is very generic, to say the least. But definitely a good watch. If you have not seen Night of the Comet, check it out. And I'll see you guys next time for our next review.